Hello. So I have a tier list here ranging from great, good, mid, bad to unforgivable. And down here I have every single elite Nerf Elite 2.0 blaster, I think. So we've got a lot of them here. We'll try to go through all of them as fast as I can. I'll try to explain a little bit about them as well. So, yeah. With further ado, let's get started into this. The Flip Shot 32. The Flip Shot 32 is a blaster where what you can do is you pull this certain thing back and it reveals separate barrels. Sorry, excuse me. Those barrels can be flipped on separate areas at one time. Oh my god. The Nerf Elite 2.0 Flip Shot Flip 32 is a high-capacity, lever-action, manual-powered blaster featuring 16 barrels up front and then 16 rear ones, making 13 barrels that provide 16 additional shots after you've done with your first pair of 16 barrels. With that introduction, we can give it a mid. It seems pretty big and bulky to the point it seems it'll be front heavy. Next up is the lock and load. I don't know much about the lock and load, but it has a lot of attachments. I guess you could say it's a pretty tactical blaster, and it was released in 2023 as a pump-action 6-dart internal clip blaster with tactical rails and crucially a stock/barrel attachment point, often sold in packs with accessories like a scope, foregrip, and 50 darts. It is a re-release of the N-Strike Modular Ghost Ops Shadow ICS-6 without the lights, and it is light-laded for this customization. So with that, we can put it in mid with the... It won't let me drag it. I can put it in mid with the Flip 32. The Flip 8. The Flip 8 is a bottom prime smart AR blaster that also has the flip mechanism. You pull this green sight at the rear of the blaster and it reveals a set of 4 barrels. There's not much to say about it. It doesn't seem front heavy, but it's pretty satisfying when you flip it. It looks like a tornado or something. Because it's not so front heavy, I'll put it ahead of the Flip 32. Next up is the Technician. The Technician is a pump-action 2-shot smart AR system blaster with a stock attachment point and nothing going for self. It's a blaster with literally no soul, as it is quite similar to the Operator, which is also not a good blaster. You can't even slam fire with it, I'm assuming, and even if you could, your thumb would be ending faster than it takes for me to say aye. Due to this blaster being quite rubbish, I'm going to put it in the bad tier. The Ranger. It's a 5-shot pump-action shotgun blaster, which has slam fire, I believe. I've not been caught up with all the blasters, so sorry if I make mistakes. I'm probably bound to make mistakes. But the Ranger's a pretty cool blaster. And it has a stock attachment point. Obviously, there's not going to be a barrel attachment point because of the 5 barrels blocking it. But it's overall a pretty nice blaster to play with if you're a beginner to Nerf. We'll put that in a good tier. That's a solid blaster. The Elite 2.0. Sorry about that. The Elite 2.0 Commander. It's a pretty solid blaster. It's a 6-shot cylinder fed blaster with slam fire enabled as a top prime blaster, quite similar to the strong arm or the newer versions like the N series agility. It's a pretty good blaster if you're just a beginner to Nerf. It's a sidearm. It has a tactical rail there, a barrel point there, and a barrel attachment point there. Did I say barrel attachment point for this area? That's a stock attachment point. We're putting it in good with the Ranger, but it's ahead of the Ranger. The Duo. I can't really stand these like 1 or 2 shot like type of jolt reskins from the newer Elite 2.0. I don't really like them. It just seems unforgivable that they do that. So I have no choice but to put in unforgivable. Actually, no, I'm gonna move it up to bad. The Eagle Point. I'm literally getting this blaster tomorrow, as well as another one. I'm gonna tell you to guess who gets this right, and if they get it right, they get a shout out. So the Eagle Point is a 8-shot cylinder fed blaster with a sight and its own barrel, its own dedicated barrel, and it's a pretty cool blaster for beginners and other nerfers. It's a really fun blaster to use, so I'm gonna put it. That's our first great blaster. We got the Nerf Echo. The Echo is has a similar priming system to the Elite Commander RD6, and is a pretty cool blaster because it has so many tactical rails. It has like 4 tactical rails on the sorry, I'm getting a little bit of hiccups there. Again, on the barrel, it comes with its own dedicated barrel and its stock, which can be taken off if you want to size down the blaster. It can be turned into an SMG style blaster if you remove the barrel, or it can just be turned into a smaller blaster with that both attachments removed. And it is slam fire enabled, so you can quickly release a lot of shots. If you have the Nerf Turbine or other blasters with bigger magazines, you can put them in and you can fire even more darts, which puts it in a great tier with the Eagle Point. The Contender. I've heard that the Contender is a worse version of the Commander. It has a bottom priming loading thing, and it has dart holders in the rear, which often get messed up because of the grip, and it's cylinder fed just like the Commander. I don't know much about the Contender, so I might be getting it wrong, but I'm gonna put the Contender in mid because the Commander is just better than it. Oh, save me from this. We got the Operator. The Operator has a 2-shot smart AR system, spring powered with an optic that's not removable. It doesn't have a barrel attachment point or stock attachment point. It's a pretty rubbish blaster, just like the Technician. So I'm gonna move the Operator into the bad tier and put these two next to each other because that's where they belong. Is that the Flip 16? I think it is. The Flip 16 is a pump action flip shots blaster which has a folding stock and is loaded by this bolt action thing. It's not pump action. The pump action is to flip the blaster's barrels. It has the same barrel smart AR stuff again, which means it's pretty good. I'll put it in good because it's pretty cool and you can actually make an excuse to get one. The Quadfire. The Quadfire is a spring-powered 4-shot smart AR system blaster which looks like a mini Commander. The sight is humorously big. It's not big enough for Elite 2.0, but because it's just a little blaster that you can just play with and have fun with, I'm just going to put it in mid. It's not harming anybody, so I'll just put it there. Put it ahead of the Contender, but behind the lock and load. The Ace. The Ace is a single shot, spring powered blaster, and it has a teapot priming system, and a top dart holder and aiming reticule. There's a lot of blasters like this, but just because there's other blasters like it, it doesn't mean it doesn't get a bad ranking. But I'm gonna give it the ranking in mid. So congratulations, Ace. We got the quad fire again for some reason. Next up, we got the Mortal Blitz. The Mortal Blitz is a motorized blaster which has a 6-round integrated shotgun so it doesn't rattle about, which is A, tank powered, and then you got a magazine flywheeler which has a permanently attached optic, which has a tactical rail on top of it in case you want to add your own. But this is a pretty solid blaster, so we're putting it in great. The double punch. I got this one in 2024. It's a pretty solid blaster, I'll give it that. It has 2 magazines, kind of like a dual carriage system from the Nerf Ultra Select, which is a solid blaster in my opinion. It takes either 4 or 6 AA's, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure how many batteries it takes, but it takes batteries. It's motorized. It's a pretty solid blaster, and you burn through your load in absolute seconds. So if you have bigger magazines, please use them, because you'll spend most of your time reloading this blaster. But it's going in great with the Motor Blitz. Motor Blitz. I can't talk. Oh my god, flipping out, I just nearly became sick in my mouth. We have the Phoenix now, which comes with its own optic and its 6-round magazine. It has a stock attachment point, a barrel attachment point. It's Elite 2.0 version of the Strife, which is also a really good blaster. I'll put the Phoenix in good because of that optic and the amount of things you can do with it. Put it ahead of the Ranger, but behind the Commander. Now we got the Prospect. I literally got the Prospect today. It's been pretty solid. It's a 4-shot smart AR system with a integrated optic on there which you cannot remove, but the optic is pretty pointless because you can't even, there's not even a lens and you can't even take it off the blaster. And this is spring powered, 4-shot smart AR, and the power of the darts decreases as you go down the barrels, as do most blasters do. But since it's been okay so far, I'll put it in mid, next to the Quadfire. The Shockwave. I haven't really experienced using the Shockwave, but it's literally the Elite 2.0 equivalent of the Surgefire, which had Slamfire. This one does not have Slamfire. This, I think, has a barrel attachment point and a stock attachment point, and has some tactical rails on it as well. This drum holds 15 darts, which is pretty solid, but you can't Slamfire them. But I'll put it in good because it's good. We got some more blasters now. I'm not going to do these ones because they're literally just reskins. Well, not reskins, but they're literally just copied. Like, this is the Phoenix with attachments, this is the Quadfire again, and this is the Operator again. I don't know what that one looks like, that this one's called, but it literally looks like a banana. It looks like a flipping banana peel. This is probably the most ugliest gun I've ever seen. I'm moving these two to the back. This has a spring power. This is spring powered and looks like it's a single shot blaster. I think it's called the Sly Shot. I just need to check quickly. Nah, this isn't the Sly Shot. It's a different one. This one is the Sly Shot. But this one looks like a banana peel, and it's quite ugly, so it's staining bad. This one is the Sly Shot, and that's the same priming method as the Quad Fire, the Prospect, and a few others. So it's literally gonna go with these blasters. I'm sick of these like tiny pistol looking blasters. You only need 1 or 2 jolt reskins. You don't need so many. So all these, you know what? I'm renaming this tier to jolt reskins. So all of these blasters are jolt reskins. The Spectre. I haven't actually used the Spectre before, but it looks cylinder fed with a top prime. It looks good, so I'll put it in the mid. Ahead of the lock and load. Oh my god, what's going on? The Storm Charge. It's a flywheeler, looks really good on paper actually. And to be honest, it has its own attachment. It has its own stock and barrel. The barrel looks really small though, and it looks like it's out of a cartoon game. But I'll put it in great because it's a flywheeler. I'll put it ahead of the Eagle Point behind the Moto Blitz. We have got a couple more blasters to go, starting off with the Nerf Tetrad. The Nerf Tetrad is a 4-shot pump-action smart AR system, 4 shots, and it has the same type of like losing power per shot with like all these two blasters by Shear. I am gonna put this one in the mid tier. I don't know, the Tetrad has some like sort of charm to it that some of the other blasters don't. But literally, I'm noticing a pattern. It seems like every 4-shot smart AR system blaster that's pump action or spring powered seems to be mid. But we got the Trailblazer. The Trailblazer is an 8-shot hammer action cylinder fed 8-shot cylinder. That's pretty solid actually. This blaster here holds, I believe, one of the highest capacity darts in Nerf Elite 2.0, obviously apart from the flip blasters and the shockwave. But considering this one has literally got 6 darts, this one I think has 8. This one has the same amount of darts as this one, so this one is allowed to go in great. And because you can use it with one hand as well, which is pretty solid, you can do whatever the hell you want with one other hand. The Trio TD3. The Trio is a spring-powered 3-shot smart AR system blaster, which has the same like power decreasing thing as these 3 here. So I'm gonna put it in mid as well. It's gonna go behind the Prospect, behind the Quad Fire, and we've got the Nerf Turbine now. The Nerf Turbine is a really solid blaster, has a barrel attachment point, has its own 18-round magazine, but the magazine release trigger is really tough, but that doesn't stop it from going in great. And where'd it go, where'd it go, where'd it go, where'd it go? Above the double punch. Now we have 2 more left to go. We have the Volt. The Volt is a single shot spring powered blaster with a laser on it, which is pretty cool. It has 2 darts for storage as well on the bottom, like under the grip. I'll put this one on the bottom of mid because it does something unique that these 3 blasters right here don't. This one has its own like type of laser, and it came before all these blasters. That gives it a reason to be better. But finally, one last blaster. I don't think this surprised you. The Warden. Unforgivable. So, consistent of great, we have the Turbine, the Double Punch, the Mortal Blitz, the Trailblazer, the Storm Charge, the Eagle Point, and the Echo. Good tier comprises of the Commander, the what's that called again? Shockwave, the Phoenix, the Ranger, and the Flip 16. Mid consists of the Flip 8, the Spectre, the Flip 32, the Lock and Load pack, the Nerf Tetrad, the Nerf Prospect, the Quadfire, and the Trio. The Ace, the Contender, and the Vault. The Jolt reskins are the Technician, the Operator, whatever the hell this is called, I think it's called the Sly Shot, and we got the Duo by here, and then the Banana Peel. And then in Unforgivable is the Warden. So that's the tier list. That's the tier list for all of the Nerf Elite Blasters. Elite 2.0 blasters I could find here. It seemed pretty solid to make. It's just gonna be a pain because there's probably one of these blasters you'd really hate here. Especially these ones. I really hate all three of these blasters. These ones I don't mind too much and they're not too obnoxious. It's just they feel identical. These ones are okay. Wait, I'm noticing a trend here. There's a lot of 4-shot smart yard system blasters here, and then there's a lot of like single shot ones here. But if you want to make your own, the link is right here, as you can see. But I'm going to sign off now. Goodbye.